You have now St. Kitts, that's a real major competitor. Antigua is now building a pier
Absolutely.
to accommodate the largest ships in the world. So it's not as easy like it was
No.
10 years ago to promote St. Martin
No.
or to stay quiet.
Yeah. No, absolutely not. And I'm glad you asked the question because the question was asked to me before.
Really?
And, you know, yes, I'm a very positive person. I say, oh, yeah, we can regain again. But times have changed too. As you said, competition is out there. So even though we know we can rebound and we can do it better now, the fact is that everybody around us is not standing still. You're St. Kitts, you're Antigua, I mean, even, you know, Anguilla, BVI's. There are different islands. They're moving forward. They have investment policies. They are building, you know, piers, as you say. Yeah. They're going after some of these sectors that we are into. So we have to be really careful and decide also as a country, as a government, what are we going to do as far as to create that atmosphere to welcome investment and at the same time also continue to grow and yes. Because we can be, our goal is as a tourism product, I can say the team and I as head of tourism being part of the ministry of TIAD, our goal is make sure we are in the next few years that top 5 destination again. But it's easy to say, but there's so many components involved that we need to make sure to get to. And that has not to do only with us in the tourism product of marketing, but also your product development. You know, enhancing your product, making sure your product gives you a balance that includes not only economic, social, who's going to benefit from it. You want your community to benefit from it, as well as environmental. You want to balance that out. You don't want to make it necessarily, do we want more tourism, more arrivals, more numbers, or do we want the quality and make sure we sustain our product? All of these things we need to take in consideration when we're going to decide, hey, we got to look out for our competition, what they're doing. We have to continue watching it because it is happening. So we have our work cut out for us. But being part of TIAD, it's not only our ministry, it is all of us together. All the ministries together have to be interconnected in order for us to do so.
But do you think we can go back to the type of tourism we had, say, in the 60s and 70s, whereby you had a different type of tourist. We're in mass tourism now, and Anguilla and St. Bart's and Antigua, they're getting visitors who are paying upwards of $600 a night. We can't get that anymore.
Okay, that is where we have to be more, being more fine-tuned in how we identify our tourists because of the terms we use. That is true. Anguilla and St. Bart's, they might have the very, very expensive. We are not either mass tourism because mass tourism for me is, for example, when you have the charters going to Punta Cana, you know, the DR, where you have the really mass tourism. Even, you know, Curacao has more of the mass tourism. I feel we're not that mass tourism. We're in between where actually we have a little bit for everybody. Yeah. Because just now we had Smart, for example, where we had tour operators that saw the opportunity when we showcased the island, is they say, but you have all these villas. You see, we have all these villas, and as a tourism bureau on both sides of the island, we saw the opportunity and we say, hey, we have all these villas, and we actually have people that would like to rent these villas, and it might not be high-end like St. Bart's, because St. Bart's is the place that all the yachts go, and, you know, you're talking about a whole different bracket of target group. That does not mean that we don't have the opportunity actually to target that higher disposable income person that does want the villa with the full service and renting, maybe chartering, you know, a small yacht or even a sailing for the day, hire a chef, do different things. And that is also much higher than the different categories we have at the moment as far as the hotels and accommodations we have to offer. You see, St. Martin is very unique, and that's why now also in the times we're in, is no longer about saying we're only high-end, we're mass. We have to really fine-tune what is the target market, how do we want to spend the money. If we're saying, okay, these months I want to target, the people that are doing villas and their disposable income is $100,000 per person, then we are able to do that because there are opportunities and services and companies that are able to help us with that. So I think what it is that we need to identify what our opportunities are, and the opportunity is actually to have a little bit of everything. And that's why it's so important that we go back to where do you want to stop as far as what are we going to develop for? Are we going to develop for, larger properties, smaller properties? Who are we going to target? So you have to match your product that you can offer with the tourist. And that is what we're doing right now. And that is what you need to do in order for you to come to that formula of what you really want to attract. Because it's our decision of what we want to attract. As a country, we say, okay, we see the opportunities that we can have, and these are the people we want to attract. And I think we have many opportunities actually to up it, to say, okay, this is what we would like to do. We know we have that other business already. We know the timeshare, thank God for timeshare and repeat guests and multi-generation, which made us survive after Irma. Thank God for, even the development of Airbnb, replacing the inventories that haven't been back yet. But at the same time, we have here an opportunity, what I just mentioned, is the villas. The higher disposable income, the hotels that are coming back now brand new, they can charge a higher rate. So therefore also have an increase in tourism receipt, have an increase in ADRs and RevPARs. And that is where I see we can come together and say, okay, this is what we need to target. And that is what we want to target.